Lawyer George Oraro said the results of the scrutiny of Forms 34 and 36 override the information they provided the court. Oraro cited the errors in some constituencies where there were 2 Form 36s. He asked the court to uphold the court petition. Oraro argued that one cannot be able to determine the number of registered voters against what was reported by the IEBC to be the total number of voters who voted in the presidential elections.
Copy of the first form registered voters not indicated. Form 36s with varying number of voters and Form 36s with incomplete figures like in Malava. So what this shows you is that there was a huge discrepancy with the Form 36s which were used to tally the final report.
IEBC through lawyer Nani Mungai argued that the scrutiny report highlights some discrepancies in Form 34 and 36 that were all explainable.
The first respondent had filed evidence answering each and every one of those discrepancies. So when you retire, my lord, and look at this scrutiny report, you will find that, for example, with the first one, Lomeri Mary, we had filed responses. There was the affidavit of the returning officer, Bernard Mokaya, and also the affidavit of Immaculate Kasait at paragraph 26, which explains what that discrepancy is, and when it is explained, you see it is not a discrepancy.
And in defense of the delivery of Form 34, Nani said IEBC voluntarily provided all the forms used to declare the results. On the issue of 2 Form 36, the lawyer argued that the extra forms were provided by the IEBC alone.
When we were served, we had 3 days, and we spent 2 days without sleep with 200 people compiling all the Form 34s, trying to check that we have each and every one of them so that we could deliver them. Is there likely to be an omission in that process? Yes. Did we remedy it by bringing it the other subsequently? Yes. So you will find that when you retire, you'll actually find that all of them are there.
And on the Green Book issue, he said the books were exhibited in an affidavit by the returning officer and the court has all the Green Book copies used.
Every Green Book copy used. In addition, when the court asked for this scrutiny to be done, we provided thousands of green books to the scrutiny team so that if there was any issue they needed to check, they would be able to use it. So again, it isn't correct.
President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta, through his lawyer Fred Ngatia, asked the court to uphold the results, saying the retallying of the results was faulty in some cases, with the wrong Form 36s used in several instances.
The Green Book, the number of registered voters in the Green Book are 255. And this again is confirmed in Nguchu's affidavit, also at page 614.
Ngatia defended the IEBC, saying all the Form 34s were available.
Voting, counting and tallying of votes was carried out to a very high degree of accuracy. And at the end of the day, if I could use that phrase with tremendous respect, it's Good Friday for us. That is all that is required to show that the exercise was, to a very, very substantial extent, carried out as humanly possible.
Deputy President-elect William Ruto, through his lawyer Katwa Kigen, pointed out that 2 reports had disproved the petitioner's case and said the errors that cropped up were not significant enough to merit having the results thrown out.
It is our observation, my lords and your ladyship, that observation as to existence of more than 1 Form 34 would have been more informed and more relevant and useful if the team that was doing the scrutiny was asked to incorporate in their comment as to the existence of more than one Form 36 to state if in fact there is more than one Form 36 that was signed by the returning officer responsible for presidential elections.
Keegan also said that the scrutiny team were time-bound.
Looking at all the material that has been supplied to you by way of comments, we submit, my lords and your ladyship, that there is substantial compliance with the electoral laws and regulations. And my lords, if anything has come of this scrutiny, it is confirmation that the first and the second respondent discharged their responsibility transparently, accountably, and securely.
The 6 Supreme Court judges now have until tomorrow, which is the last day as per the Constitution, during which they must give a ruling on the petition. For JSO at 7, I'm Najma Ismail.